Hey guys, welcome back to another RASK Maths tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys an easy trick we can use to prove inequalities. So this is a relatively specific trick, but essentially it's not actually that specific, but it's really to do with when you need to prove an inequality. So I'm going to create a scenario and hopefully you guys can see the effectiveness of this trick. So let's make two quantities. Let's have s equal to 3a plus b and t equal to, I don't know, let's just have, okay, yeah, let's make it 3a over b over 12, and t can be a cubed, like that. Okay, and what we want to prove, and these are the bounds on a and b, so a is between 0 and b, both are positive numbers, and b is bigger than a. We want to prove that s is greater than 1/3 t. So how could we do this? Well, here's the trick. The trick is to consider the case when inequality is greater or less than 0. So what I mean by that is, let's consider s minus 1/3 t. As you can see, if we had this inequality, this is the same as moving the 1/3 t to the other side. And now what we need to prove is that this is greater than 0. And that's actually pretty easy, because all we have to do now is look at the sign of this. So let's substitute our values in. We're considering this expression here. And I'm going to substitute my values in. So 1/3 t, that would be a cubed over 3. And, oh, sorry. Let me change this. Let me just make it a to make it a bit, yeah, that's definitely going to make it a bit easier. Okay, so here's the idea. Now, we're considering this quantity. So now what I'm going to do is factor out this 1/12. So we'll get 3a plus b minus 4a. And as you can see, that's equal to 1/12 b minus a. I'm going to write it like that. So what I'm essentially saying is s minus 1/3 t is 1/12 b minus a. And here, this is where the trick really comes in handy, because your inequalities, your initial ones, are generally given in terms of 0, like relative to 0. So that's why this trick is really useful, because if you see this inequality, I'll bring it down here. A is greater than 0, but b is greater than a. So what we can use is the fact that b is greater than a, substitute that into here, and the proper way of doing this would be, we know b is greater than a, so therefore b minus a is greater than 0. So what we can do now is put that bound in now. We know this is greater than 0, and this is just a positive constant, so if we were to multiply both sides by 1/12, we would get the same thing. So this is greater than 0, so therefore s minus 1/3 t is greater than 0, so therefore s is greater than 1/3 t. Nice and easy. And yeah, hopefully you can see the effectiveness of this trick, because if we wanted to prove this straight away, what we'd have to do instead is do something like this. And what you could do from here is notice that, well, b is greater than a, so this quantity is going to be greater than 3a plus a over 12, which is equal to a over 3. Yeah, because it's 4a over 12, so that's equal to that, and then, as you can see, that's equal to t over 3, or 1/3 t. So that's how you could prove this without using this trick, but it's a bit more complicated, because you have to take note of the fact b is greater than a, so therefore this quantity is going to be greater than this quantity, which is a bit harder than just moving everything over to 0 and then just observing that the sign of this is positive. So yeah, hopefully you guys can see the effectiveness of this inequality trick. Essentially, we just move it to make the inequality equal to 0, greater than 0 or less than 0. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in a future tutorial. Bye.